What if a lighthouse was never built to save sailors, but to cage what waits in the black Atlantic? Eleanor's inheritance came with 5 words scrawled in salt-stung ink. Never turn your back on the lens. Dusk crawled up the tower as she unfolded the note. The deed named her sole keeper. No neighbors, no phone mast, supply boat every fortnight if weather relented. A family relic, abandoned since a winter long ago when 3 men stepped outside and never returned. The island, they said, kept its own calendar of disappearances. She crossed under a ceiling of bruise-colored cloud, the ferry pitching through iron water. Miles of nothing but swell and wind. The lighthouse appeared as a white bone on a black knuckle of rock. The crew declined the last 100 yards. "We don't linger," one muttered. Eleanor climbed the iron ladder, boots slipping on kelp and spray. The door moaned. Inside, stale oil and silted dust, a clock without a tick. Beneath the stairs, a crate of storm glass, a logbook with pages gone soft as moss, and the warning again, copied in a trembling hand. By day, the room seemed small and harmless, peeling paint, iron bunks, an enamel sink stained with tea and rust. By night, the stairwell breathed like a lung. Wind threaded the handrail. Somewhere above, glass chimed with a logic not quite obeying the weather.
At dusk, she climbed to the lantern room. The Fresnel lens stood like a cathedral of prisms, dust motes drifting as if suspended in seawater. Her reflection appeared, then seemed to misalign, smiling late, blinking wrong. She blamed fatigue. The lens did not. The radio gave only a throat of static. Her phone died, hunting a signal that never existed. She inventoried food, checked shutters, set a kettle on the sputtering stove. Routine was a rope. She held it tight, while something upstairs counted her steps. Past midnight, a knock rose from inside the walls. A slow, polite touch, like knuckles on damp wood. She held her breath. The sound moved with the turning of the glass above, keeping pace, circling her like a thought she couldn't dismiss. In morning light, she walked the cliffs. The island was a stone held between teeth. Sea on all sides, no tree, no shelter. Below, a blowhole roared like an organ. Spray lifted and fell, and within its veil she fancied a suggestion of shoulders. The old logbook spoke softly of winds and bulbs, then fractured into prayers. Entries shortened into single words. Watching. 13. Back. One page, stitched with salt crystals, carried a sketch of the lens as a spider, webbing a faceless keeper to the dawn. Barometer fell. The horizon vanished into wool. She sealed shutters and hauled a drum of paraffin to the top room, each step a sentence that would not end. The wind arrived like a crowd. The tower began to speak, the stone throatful with centuries of remembered gales. Without her touch, the carriage whispered, and the prisms began to turn. Light flared, cold, blade sharp. In each facet, a version of her watched another version, and behind them, rank upon rank of figures, patient as the tide, waiting for her to look away. The foghorn bellowed, though its power cables lay disconnected, a sound more wail than machine. Outside, birds pinned themselves to air and went silent mid-cry. In the stairwell, her kettle screamed, but the water inside did not boil. She remembered the warning and understood its grammar. Not superstition, but instructions for a guard. Keep your face to the prisms. Be the lock. The ranks in the glass leaned forward as one. Don't blink, Eleanor. Don't give them back. Hours stretched like rigging. Muscles screamed. Tears salted her lips. She stared until her name no longer meant a person. At gray first light, The figures receded, thread by thread, drawn back into depths. A fishing trawler's horn answered the beam, unaware it had been spared.
Later, rescuers found a journal page taped to the stair. Not a plea, a protocol. Face the prisms after sundown. Hold the circle. If you must rest, leave another to watch. The light was never for sailors alone. It was a hinge for a door best left shut.